Sometimes the unmistakable line between life and death is blurred. A person may be dead and gone and yet remain among the living. At least that seemed to be the case with Ding Zuoming. Ding Zuoming is dead. His death would probably not be reckoned as weightier than Mount Tai, but on February 10th, 2000, a full 8 years after his death, when we asked around for the way to Luying village, we were invariably greeted by the question, "Looking for Ding Zuoming's place?" Note: Mount Tai in Shandong Province is one of the largest, most scenic, and culturally most significant mountains in China. A center of spirituality for centuries, it also symbolizes the spirit of the nation. The expression, weightier than Mount Tai, means that a person's death has meaning. For example, it was for a good cause. End of note. Ding Zuoming was an ordinary peasant of Luying village within the jurisdiction of Jiwangchang Township in Lixin County, a notoriously poverty-stricken backwater in Anhui Province on the flatlands north of the Huai River. If there was something different about Ding Zuoming, it was that he had a few more years of schooling than others. He actually graduated from senior high. He was an exceptionally good student. When there was no food on the table, he would go and bury his head in the water jar, fill himself up with cold water, and go cheerfully to school. During the national exams for college entrance, he scored just a few marks below the entrance margin. If he had not been a native of Lixin County, if he had been born in Beijing or Shanghai, he would have been a college student right away, for his grades exceeded the entrance requirements there. Actually, if he had been born anywhere but Luying village, he would have had a different fate. But being only a graduate of the local high school, he had no choice but to go back to his native village, and thus he ended up as a dirt-poor peasant, like any other, going down to the fields every day to tend to the crops. But Ding, having a little more book learning than other peasants, liked to leaf through the newspapers and listen to radio broadcasts, and was somewhat literal-minded. In short, he had a mind of his own. He was modest to a fault in his dealings with people, but he would stick to the letter of the law, was not afraid to call a spade, and had the temerity to stand up to the codgers and speak to them as equals. This led to more trouble for him than was the lot of an ordinary peasant. Eventually, it cost him his life. Ding Zuoming had died long ago. Why did the people in Lixin County still refer to Ding Zuoming's place? Was there a road that would lead us to him? The morning of February 20th, 1993, Ding Zuoming and 7 other villagers who had lodged complaints to the county authorities about the conduct of village affairs were unexpectedly invited to the township office to attend a meeting. At the meeting, the township leaders announced that the county leadership at the next higher level, to whom they had previously made appeals, were concerned about their grievances, and that now Ding Zuoming and his group should elect 2 men from among themselves to be joined by 2 party members and 2 codgers from their village, and the 6 would form a work group to audit the books of Luying village the very next day. Ding and his fellow villagers were jubilant, their despondency forgotten. Back home, some actually went to the village store to get firecrackers, hoping to dispel their pent-up resentment with a few loud bangs. But the spring festival was just over, and the stores were sold out. So the next day, February 21st, when he got an unexpected summons from the township security, Ding walked out of his home with a light step, never dreaming that it would be the most fateful day of his life. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. Lixin County was a new county created after the liberation in 1949, when the communists took over the Chinese mainland. Before that, the area had been in a spot where 6 different counties converged, and was consequently overlooked by all 6 jurisdictions. It was a poor area, inundated with yellow mud when it rained, which made roads impassable, not to mention the pervasive alkaline soil dotted with many sandy patches. Luying village was a god-forsaken hole to begin with, and after the disastrous flood of 1991, the people were bled bone dry.